Hello, and welcome to another episode of Riding in Cars with Books. I'm Jaclyn.
And I'm Phillip.
Today, we're going to be discussing Rebis. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly.
Rebis.
Rebis, Born and Reborn by Irene Marchesini.
That's good enough.
And Carlotta Dicataldo. I am really bad at names.
At this point, I think everyone just expects us to not know anyone's name.
They are Italian, so I need to put some in it.
Right.
And it's translated from the Italian by Carla Roncalli de Montorio. Rebis. Hey. And it's published by First Second.
It's another Italian book.
It's beautiful.
That Phillip liked. What a shock.
Anyways, this book, let me read to you what it's about. Born with paper white skin, Martino is an outcast. To the villagers, albinism is more than a curiosity, it's a curse. Bullied and shunned, Martino seeks refuge in the deep woods and finds in it Viviana. Powerful and beautiful Viviana lives alone but isn't lonely. She belongs to a sisterhood of outcast women who depend on the forest for sustenance and healing. Martino is welcomed into the fold, and drawing on the magic of the forest is reborn.
Dun dun.
So what was your favorite part about this book?
The book itself.
If you had to pick one aspect of the book, the art, the story, what was your favorite?
I talk about it a lot. It's always found family.
That's
right?
what I was gonna say.
Like it's always the part of that the people who are supposed to love and protect you.
Oh my gosh.
Are the worst, right? And so that part always resonates with me heavily because of my experiences, and there's so much there's so many aspects of this book that people can get out of, but once again it's the found family aspect that there's always people out there who's willing to love you and listen to you and understand you even if you're different, right?
So found family was my favorite part too. I love how the book opened with witches burning at the stake. But right before you see the witches burning, the people are talking about their church and like doing good for the community. But then they're literally killing people.
Right. So this is a period piece.
They're different than what they believe is the normal.
Right. So this takes place during the Salem witch trials, which it's not considered.
It's a medieval fantasy.
Yeah, it's really well before that. Even, but it has that feel to it. It's not modern times.
Also, this is going to start getting into spoilers, but
spoiler alert.
I loved how the main characters stayed in contact with their sisters. Even though they distanced themselves from their family, they still found a way to connect with the sisters, and I love seeing them together. I didn't love how it was being kept a secret from Viviana, like she would have understood. I feel like
there's trust issues even
definitely.
Family, so it's not...
Definitely. But I love seeing them, like, being able to reconnect and play together and go to a wedding, stuff like that. But, of course, the father is the one who they were going to send Martino away, right. And so he ran away. And that's where the story really started to unfold. And I guess we could get into spoilers, but
yeah, sure. Just get into spoilers.
There is, oh my gosh, I cried at least twice. There are some really beautiful panels in here, and one of them is trying on this dress because the clothes got ripped and they needed new clothes, and Viviana brought out this dress that belonged to her lover, who was burned at the stake with her. And that scene of like the memories of you wearing that dress, and the reborn part is this is now Rebis, not Martino.
Right.
So that was really beautiful.
Because they wanted to join the coven.
Yeah.
So you had to be reborn with a new name.
Well, and they're a girl.
I'm just saying that part of the process, they had to be reborn there's a whole aspect of.
And I like the aspect of the reborn because the first part of Martino playing in the woods is they find these bugs and they want to save them, and then when they run away they lose them all because the bullies. But one of them was saved by Viviana, and then it gets hatched into, what kind of bug is it?
It's just a beetle.
I can't say the scientific name.
It's just a beetle here.
But that being reborn too was really cool, like a parallel little story there.
This is one of those books that we talked about after we got done that very few people will probably read, but it's going to be one of the best books that you ever read if you read it, just because of how it lays itself out, the topics that it touches. I mean, it's really funny how we have these books. We've had these books for generations and thousands of years, and yet no one learns anything. Yeah. It's pretty amazing how no one just learns anything from any of these stories that everyone talks about. It just blows my mind that we've had these kind of stories for thousands of years, and not one single person seems to can learn anything from them.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
They were burning women at the stake for being different.
For being women. For being women.
Whether they were queer because they, found cures in the natural world, whatever. Yes. They thought they were witches. And
let a woman heal someone because they found, they know how, medicine works. Now they're just a witch and we're going to burn them at a stake. And oh my God, it's 2025 and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
It's so sad. But this book was so beautiful.
The book was excellent. I loved every aspect. And there's a couple of time jumps in here.
How they show the age.
Yeah,
growing up.
They do. They do a good job with the time jumps, though. It's not like you don't know, right? There's a 2-page spread of Rebis growing 2 years.
Yeah.
Right? So, and they kind of tell you that. So they do a really good job of explaining how that goes. The art's in it's beautiful. And once again, right? The whole premise of this is, so basically Rebis is a albino, right? That's his skin is white, his hair is white. So he was born that way. And everyone in the community,
whole village,
right, is except for his mother, but once again, she's a woman, so she has very little say.
And the sisters,
right? It's through that, they're all saying he's a curse. So basically, it's him at the time having to deal with the fact that none of the people who are supposed to love and protect him wants to love and protect him, and he doesn't see himself as different. Right? He just sees himself as doing this stuff, and he can't understand. But once again, no one wants to explain it to him because, it's his fault that everyone had a horrible summer, right? It's...
The people in the village literally come to their house and say, this is because of him, we're cursed. We need to get rid of him. From the moment he was born, when the father literally saw him, he's like, what's wrong with him? The mom's like, nothing. There's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, as soon as he was born, the father wanted to get rid of him immediately. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank God he was a Christian man.
So true. Yeah, this is
they played off that really well.
Growing up.
In here. For the times, right? Once again, we're looking at a period piece and how things were looked. And like I said, even in the States, we had the Salem witch trials. It was the same principle, right?
Yep.
Just because somebody didn't do something that you like, I'll just call them a witch and we'll get rid of them.
Viviana was so beautiful, how she had dusty looking hands and feet, and then the markings on her face were permanent tear marks. The way that was
and that
done,
was from rebirth.
Yeah, that was her rebirth. She shouldn't have survived being burned at the stake, and then here she is living in the woods, making a life, making
Did she survive burning at the stake?
So this page,
ooh, look, it's very bright. Look at the bright light.
You've been shining this whole time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I've been watching the road.
This tree is where she came undone from being thrown into the river, She's naked, she's got no hair, she's got burns on her body, and then she's showing Rebis the tree and was like, this tree means so much to me. This is like, you know, the tree is full of life, she's full of life, and she's got Rebis with her.
Right.
That panel is so beautiful. It's the tree of life.
It's the tree.
And then there was a scene in the river where Rebis was like, he overheard like the people talking like, no one wants me, I can't do this anymore, I can't be here, and like jumps in the river. And Viviana was like, should I read that page?
Yes, you should probably read that page. Or read that one quote. So Rebis basically had enough because of how everyone treated him, and thought it would, once again, everyone would be better off without him.
Yeah.
And then Viviana was like, no.
Rebis, I cannot fix all the mistakes you think you made, nor can I suffer in your place. But I can be by your side. I can support you. We can get through this together. I want to help you live. Live. Like, how do you not freaking cry? This
Right.
one didn't cry.
I understood the impact. My emotional indicator doesn't work like yours. But I got the
Freaking
impact.
cried.
Yes. The impact of this book is very heavy. Like I said, it's an Italian book. I love Italian books. I love Spanish books. They very much get into the soul of a lot of things as a whole. And once again, this is an Italian book translated here that I'm just not sure will get the play that it deserves, because some of these books just fall between the cracks of...
I'm not going to shut up about this book for the rest of time.
Yeah. You'll probably see more of this book popping up. I'll wait till I tell Tess.
Tess is going to read this, and she's going to love it. And it's going to be a top 5 pick of the year.
Oh, absolutely. It's a top 5 pick of the year. It might be a top 3 pick of the year at this point, right? Like it is.
It is wonderful. It's only May, that's why I'm saying top 5. It's going to be
hard to beat that book as even a top 3 book.
I can't think of another book off the top of my head that would replace this right now. But
I can't either, and it's May.
It's only May. It's gonna be
That's what
May.
I mean. I can't imagine. I can't imagine there's that many more books coming out that I would put.
Like, I loved Beetle and the Hollow Bones, but this was so good.
Yeah, like I said, I think the impact of this story from every aspect of how it was
those
told in
panels
art.
that I just talked about are going to live in my head rent-free for the rest of time. That is all.
I agree. It's a great book. If you want to read a great book, not a good book, a great book, this is a great book. If you
The
like,
art is so freaking beautiful.
Yeah. If you like a wonderful witch story, it is a great book.
Coming of age,
Yeah,
and found family, and
like everything about this book
transformation, finding where you belong.
Right. That's once again, that's a big part. And finding people that accept you. Right? There's always people that will accept you for who you are. You just have to find those people. And it's not always the people who are supposed to accept you, right?
What does that mean?
And you've got to and you've just got to come to grips with that, and this story is a part of that. And sometimes it's hard. It's not easy.
You're very magical looking today.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Well, that goes along with this book.
Yeah. You've been glowing.
I'm good. I'm glad. It goes perfectly along with this book.
Bright sunshine day.
Yes. It's very heart-wrenching, but at the end of the day, it's my kind of book.
I cried at least twice, maybe more.
Maybe more.
He had 0 tears. But the whole time he read it first, which usually doesn't happen. And the whole time I'm like, this didn't make you cry? This? You had no comments while you were reading. Normally he has commentary while he reads. And he didn't.
Yeah, but I was focusing. I had to get it done for this today.
Just saying. You didn't give me any hints of your emotional state while you were reading this.
Because I just wanted you to read it and enjoy it. Grasp.
So good.
Grasp what's there.
Go read it.
Please go to your local comic shop and
request
find
it from
this
your
book.
library.
Yes, anywhere.
Buy it.
And please
borrow it.
Get this And
Talk about it.
It probably took me an hour to read it, maybe a little bit more, and I'm a slow reader. But like, you have to pay attention to the panels as always.
You have to look at the beautiful art.
Yes.
Just give it a hug. I want to give Rebis a hug.
Yes. Viviana is awesome.
Badass.
I love her so much.
Badass.
You knew I was going to love her so much.
Yes, of course.
Going in, I'm like, I'm going to love Viviana. And she did not disappoint.
So good.
She did not disappoint at all. Okay.
We're going to just keep talking forever.
Yeah,
and ever.
we probably should just end
Go
this.
read Rebis. Rebis.
I'm just going with Rebis at this point. We could be wrong.
Amazing. Thank you for a second for bringing this English version to the States. I will love you forever. Okay. Bye.
Bye.